everybody. Today I am doing Loomian Legacy. I was doing a little different stuff before, but then my computer said no, I don't like being on. Don't question the little bear friend. I'm really good at editing my videos now because I got an editing software. I'm definitely rich enough to be able to do that. Um, yeah. Um, uh, yeah. To catch you up because nothing that much happened. I caught a really rare score, but it's pretty cool. I talked about how in my last video, because I did 2 uploads recently, or at least it looks that way. So one of them, I think I just accidentally didn't like publicly available it. Um, so it was 2 Alpharad reactions, and then but Alpharad in that most recent one though, the one that was like the one where I was reacting to his Legends Arceus one. Um, he kept on breaking my PC because Internet Funny Man kept on breaking my PC. I made like a .Colin joke and everything. He kept breaking my PC. Um, Wait, how far back did I get? Oh, okay, not that far. Okay, cool. Okay, that's really cool. I don't care. Alright. My mouse isn't. Okay, there we go. And then he kept on breaking my PC because he wanted someone like Pokemon Challenges, aka Juan. Doesn't matter what his name really is. The point is, I'm not pronouncing it right on purpose because he hasn't earned my respect. A lot of the things I really like, I do not pronounce correctly still. Anyway, so if you think you're a little special, cause you friggin', you think you're a little special just cause you're good at using a calculator, you're not. And Alpha Red Internet Funny Man was like, hey, I want I want the I wanna have it, so he wanted he wanted Janie to react to his video first before other people did because he's really not that great of a guy actually. He's good, which saying that out of context, just calling someone out a nice guy, not a very cool person. Yeah, that could sound rude, but if you think about it actually for like a second, or 7 maybe even, wait, okay, no, how do don't, don't bother questioning my play, wait, what if I, yeah, okay, alright, so, yeah, so he did that because he's mean, but and out of context that might sound rude, just calling someone mean. It's like, why don't you back it up with the source? My source is that he tortures his friends because he thinks it's funny. Um, okay, I thought there was one more. Anyway, this is my group. I sorted all these boxes some like a while ago. Actually, now I think about it, and these are the important loomians. A lot of them, like this one. It's my I have all my PvP stuff in this PvP box, and then here it's like these are some of like the really cool loomians I like. This guy's really rare and special, so he's here. I like the pig cakes. They're really nice. There's a Zulong. It's a starter. So it's a starter. These aren't PvP starters, so they're not over in the PvP box. This is my first starter. They're cool. Let me check their name, see if it's still here. Yeah, Darth Bad. He's really cool. Um, he's in my first Loomian I got, and then this one's the PvP one, who I need the name actually. That's Darth Bat, and I don't think because Darth's pretty cool. Oh wait, that's really cool actually. Emperor Bat, Sith Bat. It's like the same thing, you know. Yeah, and these like cool Loomians I like. Yeah, a lot of these, most of these, I think that I see, they're either because it's rare, or because they have like a story behind them, or what's this one again? Yeah, in the case of stuff like him, is just like a while ago when I was first playing this game. There's some of the OGs. Yeah, group 11. So I'm just and so that's yeah. And the PvP ready one. Don't worry, it's not like Pokemon. It's really easy to get PvP stuff here. Getting PvP stuff in Pokemon, I'd actually rather go in Sword and Shield, Wonder Trade for 30 minutes, and then come out with like 7 shiny legendaries, perfect PvP stats. Because it's like actually getting a PvP Pokemon is like in a Pokemon game legitimately, like actually trying and all that is really stupid. Because like, man, the like just biggest waste of my life force. Um, so yeah, this is a funny little bear. I like him. He's walking. You know, he's just walking. I'm really good at editing. This is definitely not. Ignore it. It is definitely editing. It's not editing. I'll be honest with you. But for the sake of the video, you can hear that. So yeah, we're trying to get a perfect PvP festival. I think I may or may not have mentioned that by this point. But yeah, and in order to get Festifer, I need a good cradle. But the problem is, I'm just gonna have to catch a lot of cradle because, like, you can't rally them, which would make it a lot easier to do. Like, just, you know, in case you're watching this and you haven't played Loomian Legacy, it's, you know, it's, because you can't rally these variants. That guy looks cool. But, so, yeah, so I just gotta keep on catching these till I get the right personality, and I'll probably have to shard it the rest of the way. Which is to say I give it an item to raise its stats that are important. I really hope. Oh, yeah, no, I really hope that isn't. Well, so far it hasn't been the case. Let's just check real quick because. Okay, good. Because TP points is like EVs, except different. Wait, I think I have. Yeah, I have this one up. It's like EVs but different. The only problem is I don't remember if you can refresh EVs in Pokemon, but in this game you can. And but the problem is that resetting EVs require battle points, and they're really hard to get because you have to fight other people with like PvP stuff, and that can be difficult because sometimes they're just better than you. Um, and if I want this guy to have if I want my little Fastifer to have good stats and be a good little tanky Christmas tree when it evolves from the Christmas candle, I'm gonna need to do that. But the problem is, in order to get PvP stuff, you have to, in order to get the best PvP, in order to get good PvP stuff, actually, just that much. You have to, in order to get even good PvP stuff, you have to actually, it requires stuff that you already need to have PvP stuff for. So basically, starting out is just really hard. Because you have to start with, like, maybe mediocre at best PvP stuff. And then you have to work really hard just to get, so, like, you can get good PvP stuff. Is also another problem with Loomian Legacy is not even the problem with the game, more of a problem with the community. But there's this system called GR. I think it's GR. Yeah, it's GR. And the thing about GR is, like, okay, so GR stands for Gleaming Realm. Roamings, as you saw, I had a bunch of those earlier. It was the thing called roamings, and the bug's called roamings. It was all just roamings. Gleams, like, Pokemon are shinies. Gleamings is like shinies, but there's two different ones. There's Gamma Gleam and Alpha Gleam. Gamma Gleam is rarer than Alpha Gleam. And roamings are rare. So on top of that, getting a gleaming one is super rare. So GR is like, if something is 1 GR, that means it's probably a gleaming rare. Or a gleaming realm. A gleam realm. And roamings are also like, they're kind of like legendaries, but there's more of them than just like the one. A lot of them, the majority of them are like soft reset. Majority of them are like soft reset type stuff. Or you can, like, reset if you don't get something you want. Like, not the perfect thing you want. But other than that, they're really... Because after you would do that, after either you do a thing in the story, or you catch the soft reset ones, or you don't even have to catch it, you're gonna just kill it, which is kind of worthless. Is like, you get, like, a free guaranteed chance to catch it if you really like, and you want to do that because it's good. But after that, it'll be like, all right, now you can find them in the wild, and they're really rare. So getting a roaming is rare. So on top of that, getting a gleam roam is really rare. But the thing is, everything, like, people that are more into trading just use this system all the time. There's just one problem with GRs. The system doesn't make sense. It's just artificial scarcity, like NFTs, which means that it's bad. Oh, cool, sport. Because something like a Twilight is like nearly 0 GR. Because it's super easy to get, and there's like no demand for it. But the thing is, like, if you the thing is, if you friggin' do if you if like, okay, for instance, something I think is really stupid. So, like, Gleam roams, unless it's an event roaming, which means that there's an event area for a limited time, and that's the only place where you can get the roaming from, that specific roaming. Unless it's an event roam, you can get Gleam Roams whenever. You just have to probably take some time to search for them. But there's this one Loomian called Geklo that evolves into Eliguana, and it the Eliguana. Hold on, I need to check the other score real quick just to double check what I saw earlier. Okay, yeah. The Eliguana, you can only get an Eliguana by using a Thunder Fruit on a Geklo. That's how you evolve it, which, is pretty bad, because that's another one where it's like, well, you get this one for doing Mastery, which is like Legends Arceus tasks to fully unlock a Pokemon's Pokedex, but like they did it before, and this game is better than some Pokemon games. Like the original Gen 1, this game is better, and it's not even finished yet. Like just in every sense, honestly. Like better designs, better gameplay feel. I mean, it's the same thing. It's just easier on you. It's less like you have no fun. Graphics better. I don't really care about graphics, honestly. I think it's kind of stupid to care about graphics. Like if every game looked like our little polar bear here, as long as it's fun, it's just fine. But Thunderfruit, you either get it from doing Mastery, or you go to the Coliseum, which is where you can fight people to get the points, the VP battle points I said earlier, and you have to. It takes like a good amount of BP, which is already hard to get, because like at most you're getting like 2. You can get a streak going, but then you'll get like maybe 6 BP, but you have to win a lot for that, which, as I established earlier, is hard to do. So there was once an event in like the first year of Loomian Legacy. And the thing about it is that, it introduced a variant for Geklo, which could make it like crystal and stuff, and make it look really cool. Oh, so crayatal, this is adorable. She's adorable. Misgendering is cringe. But so that's really rare, because they haven't brought that variant of Geklo back, or even the chance to get it. So if you have it now, well, that's rare, because you can't get it anymore, and it's been a long time since you couldn't get it anymore. They're never going to bring it back either. So that's the thing about it. And how it was is like you could get a regular Geklo, yeah, but there was also a chance that when you got a Geklo, it could be silver, golden, emerald, ruby, or diamond. And you could get an Eliguana saddle there too, if you either gave this one guy showed him an Eliguana, or you had a gold Geklo. But I couldn't get either of those in time, at least. I couldn't get the Eliguana, and I never got a gold Geklo. I caught an emerald Geklo, which is really cool. And then at one point I could have gotten a ruby one, but because my eyes are bad, I thought it was just a regular one, and then killed it. And then as it was dying, I was like, oh wait, no, gosh darn it. And so this is the Emerald Eliguana. They're really cool. Why is their name not... Their name was a JoJo reference. Why is it not... Okay, well, whatever. So... Yeah, and so, as you can imagine, that's more rare than something like you can genuinely just get right now. But they have, like, less than 1 GR, which is really stupid, because that does, like, a lot of things like that. Loomians that are actually rare than others have less GR simply because less people are willing to trade for them. And because everybody values GR above all else. Because everyone is a sheep to the society. That we live in a society. Um, it, it it's dumb. Because, like, I could have something good, and then I want something from somebody else that's good, at least for me, but, like, in actuality, I'd be losing from it. But then they look at my thing, and they're like, actually, that isn't even as rare, even though it's literally rare. GR doesn't make sense, because most of it is via demand. You'd have to demand controls the market. But because everyone wants all this stuff, and because everyone wants like all this stuff, and because everyone wants all this stuff, and nobody wants this stuff that is a lot harder to get. If you try and do what is a reasonable trade, they'll be like, yo, that's not worth the same amount of GR. I'm getting scammed. Even though that's why GR isn't a good system. Because in theory, it's like, okay, here's how you don't get scammed. This is how rare something is compared to this thing. So, like, you can get an equal trade. Because if this is rare, and this is less rare, like significantly, you'd be like, oh, okay, thanks, GR makers, because now I know, like, now I know I'm not getting scammed, because this thing is just less rare than this thing. This is how rare a thing is based off of this unit. So from here, you can be like, if you want to trade for this, with this in mind. The problem is everyone praises it above all else that has like a basic understanding of trading apparently, and it's wrong. It's not a good system because it's incorrect, which is why because it's based off of a different system. It's in theory it should be how rare something is, but in actuality it's like, okay, people would really want a gleaming rare. So, and this is something that's hard to get that people would really want, so it's worth this much, like so many GR. But oh, here's something that's even rarer than both of those combined by a lot. Like there's this, like in the very first event, you can't even have anymore. There was like a special Halloween gas stroke and Shashi. I have a special Halloween gas stroke. I have one of those, and it's genuinely one of the rarest loomians of all time. It's, if not the rarest of all time. But because everyone is like, and when nobody wants it, it's like negative 3 GR or whatever. That's why if you couldn't understand by this, it's just a very stupid system. I don't like it. It should be obvious I don't like it. No, you're not. No, yeah. Shut the hell up. But yeah, that's how GR works. So now you are in the know, and you can know things. This is good for you because now you know things. But yeah, so that's the thing. Quick check. Alright. So let's check our boys and see if we're doing good. Like that one's indifferent. That one's not the right one. That one's just nimble, which is not good for a Festifer. Robust class. Very close, but not actually. Okay, so just so we're all aware now, before anybody asks me questions, you might have already asked me a question like that, like what I'm about to say. But you may be asking, what is the ideal, a personality for this guy, for this little fellow. And the answer is we want a robust sluggish. So it's slower, but it can tank more. It's already super slow, so that doesn't matter. But we want a robust. So ideally, if it can, like, going slower, it sometimes even helps it more than if it was just fast. So with that in mind, you gotta do, dava dava do ya, or whatever. What the heck? Um. So yeah, we want that personality. That's the one we're going for. Cause Festifer is a slow tanky man. Um, Baby. Group 11. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. To do a little break in between. To do a little break in between. In between the monotonous grind for a good one. Well, actually, let's really quickly buy more capture discs. We're probably gonna need more of those. Let's check my items real quick. Okay, so these are all these items. You can slow down if you want to see them. Some medicine. This is the shards. I was talking about. Oh, I didn't mention that this time, but it was in the other one. Yeah. So, because we can't rally for a specific one, we can't have its UVs be perfect. So we're probably going to need a shard after it as the perfect personality. So 101 medium meds. That's good. Good on that. Discs. Yeah, we're fine. Or no, we probably want more of these hyper discs. MMs. So yeah, just showing you everything I have for, and then we have this 15 perfect. Okay, so I don't know. Let's check how much money do we have. Okay, $127,000. So we can get how much maximum? Wait, hold on. Easier way to do it. Oh wait, no. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 84 at most. Yeah. Oof, there goes my money. Let's buy more. I can't afford. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to grind for that later. Grind for money. Let me know in the comments if you want that to be a video. But also to give me another talking point in between this grind. To explain some stuff. Let me... Jolly Village gift exchange. We're just gonna get... Because in order to get Festifer, we also need Jolly Cookies. Because for the evolution item we need for it. Because you have to trade it holding an item. I have an item that allows me to just trade with myself. So I don't get scammed or have to have an alt account do something on a different device. Yeah, so welcome to Fulton Jolly Village, great gift exchange. Alright, so you start off the game. I'm trying to get a good prize here. And I can start by peeking at anyone's gift first. I'll start by looking at Lucas's gift. Okay, so that's 4 Jolly Cookies. I'll probably want something better than that. So I'm not gonna go for his. Dylan started with a gift containing the star. The star is the highest value item. Alright. Alright, I just told the other person because they might need the star. So they might need the star. Okay. Alright, cool. Okay, so she started with a gift of 8 cookies. I'll just keep my gift. Or I guess not. Alright, so she started with a gift. I think gift got 2. I don't remember what Lucas was, but he got 4. Lucas started with 4. Trying to steal. Let's just take. I'll take this one. Um, 6. Okay, cool. That's me. 12. Alright. Okay. So yeah, there's 3 different levels of stealing. If someone's stealing at levels higher than yours when you're trying to steal something, then they can take the gift instead of you. If both of you's on the same level, like if there's 2 people at 3 max stealing level, then the gift stays in the same place. And if someone, and you can also hold on to your gift, so you don't even have to get rid of it. Like if you know you got something you really want, you can just hold on to it, and you don't have to like you can put a 3 on your thing or whatever. It's like so you can have yours. It's best to do 1, 2, and then 3 because if it's probably more likely that you'll find something you really need at the last one. Plus, let me just peek in yours real quick. 2. You got 2. Got 12. Okay. Teddy's gift is of greater value. Teddy has star cause greater value. If you need token. Alright, 2, I'll take, okay. Because daily boost tokens are really good. Boost tokens are really good for grinding for stuff. So, yeah. But I'm currently just trying to get the, again, dude. Alright, I'm just trying to get Jolly Cookies right now. Here's your final hat. Henry's gift is a greater value of the gift on which you peaked. Alright, free hand disguise. See, the thing is, if I put 3 on my gift, it's guaranteed that no matter who steals it, I keep it. Because someone else does 3, but it just negates. Oh my god. Teddy really wants his gift. Let's see, what have we gotten? Okay, cool. Star, coal. Oh, coal is also an item that you can get, which is used for, like, one of the loomians to evolve. That's about it. It doesn't really have much of a use. Like, if we talk to this guy right here, Santa Claus, or Mr. Jolly as he's called, you can use coal to get a coal disc, but it's worse than a regular capsule disc, so making it like the worst thing that you could ever use to catch something. So, you probably don't want it. I mean, you can just have one for the lulz, but, let me check how much coal I have, actually, because I might just need 1 or something. Let's check. This is the exchange gem. That's the one that allows me to trade. Trigger evolution for limits so to play me while play trading. Let's see how much coal do I have. This bottle. This bottle is really good. That one core is really rare. Coal. Do I just not have coal? I think I just don't have coal. If somebody in the comments already saw coal, me having coal, well, uh, well, my eyes aren't good, so maybe point that out faster somehow next time. I don't think I had a cold though. Yeah, that game's pretty fun. There are two other events in Loomian Legacy right now, and both of them are not and both of them had special games in order to get the other special currencies. The other event that happens, one of the two events that happens frequently is for around one, and by frequently I mean like all these happen like once a year. Is the sweet retreat where you can bake cakes. You can do a baking cake mini game. There's like 5 different mini games. There's 5 different mini games, and there's 5 different mini games, and you can. There's 5 different mini games, and if you do those good, you get the special points. And the worst event, or not, like everything else about the event is like mediocre to just pretty dang good. But the way in the Halloween one, how you get the special currency there, it's so bad. Like on the first event, you just had to walk around a field that Loomians could be in and smash pumpkins. So while you're walking to one pumpkin to another, you could accidentally run into a wild Loomian because wild encounter area. Which, I mean, I guess could be annoying, but it's not nearly as annoying as what they did for the next 2 events of the Halloween one. Because Hagen, like, dude, like, so what it is you go to the unfair, because in the first one, you go to this scientist nightmare, and that's the special area you go to, but for the other 2 ones, because that was the first one. But now for the rest of them, you go to unfair, and you have to do the unfair maze, as I call it, literally unfair maze. The name is correct because it's not fun. It's so difficult for no reason because it's filled with booby traps and everything, and you're also in a cornfield maze, which I'm not already the best at mazes, but also there's a bunch of traps that sometimes can be really hard to see in the first place. Wait, hold on. Okay, Fro Clever. For a second I thought that thing was blue. I don't think that's what that might be what the gamma would have looked like, but that wouldn't have made sense because I just got green. This is club type. I'm not looking for club type. But how you get candy corn, which is the special currency for the Halloween one, is like you can collect 1 candy corn every time you find just 1 candy corn in the maze, and they're kind of spread out, not very good. So you could clear the maze, and that'd get you the special item you need for each event thing, or like to get an exclusive event roaming that you can soft reset, like I talked about it earlier. Or after you did that, it'd give you some other reward. But in the last one, they updated it to where you can have potions, which adds more different things that, can be done in there, because there's little shacks of safety. But also, the main bad part is frigging Nevermare. The roaming that you get from the Halloween one is also in the cornfield maze, and once he finds you, he'll chase you, and if you just run in a straight line, he will outspeed you. If you do a bunch of cut corners, he will not outspeed you, and his vision is kinda limited, but the problem is most of the time, he's still really good at killing you, and once he kills you, you're outside of the maze, and you gotta go back in the queue and wait, like with that Jolly Village game I just went to. Oh, adorable! Wow. He's adorable. But 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 okay, so yeah, so on top of that, there's a limited amount of time that you have to beat the maze, and so basically winning it is very rare, at least for me, and I just really don't like it. Someone who's used to first-person horror games or whatever might be like rolling around laughing, rafflecopter moment. I know what that means. I don't know what poning means, which was a thing at one point, not really anymore. Well, someone in the comments will care to explain what poning is, because I'm too lazy to look it up, and YouTube because my channel's still small. If one of you comments what poning means, YouTube will be like, hey, actually, someone commented, someone just commented at all. Um, uh, but, but then, but then, but then, but then, yeah, I hate that minigame. It's worse than that, because the cake one can actually be pretty fun. But, like, it's not, none of them are, like, what I'd call, like, super fun. But they're decent and at least a bit enjoyable. Like, after doing them so much, it doesn't get that tiring for a while. The, the unfair maze is just not fun the entire time. I spared it. It spared me. How cute. Yeah, it's just not fair, like, the entire time. I swear, the bear's getting faster. He's a cool friend, though. He's a little polar bear. I'm knowing We Bear Bears. The polar bear was named Ice Bear, I think, for whatever reason. That's not correct. Yeah. It's just that's about it. I mean, I said a correct fact. I think at some point, I'll make an entire video, because my channel is pretty small, so I'll make an entire video explaining I'll probably make a video explaining all of my jokes and my humor for my friends, and I'll send them the video so they can understand how a lot of my humor works. And I'll have to, like, maybe include chapters for specific friends, but maybe, but like, just, so they can understand, because, how your friends can be, how you have, like, different friends. So with this friend, you make these kinds of jokes, but with these friends, you make these entirely different types of jokes. And so I just make a giant video to be like, hey, here's so you can understand my humor, because sometimes there's humor that I do that none of my friends understand, and not even, like, one of them. So that, it'd be a good idea, probably. Let's check the time real quick. Okay, it's 1:55. I've been doing this for more than an hour now. When we started, it was 1:05 a.m. But I did it for more than, like, 10 minutes before I checked that time. This polar bear video that I'm showing, which I definitely am rich enough to be able to edit it, get an editing software, and I'm definitely smart enough. I mean, I do know. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be hard to figure out how to do this, because it's currently this winter break from the school I go to, which, if you're curious as to where it is, the school I go to is in Brazil. I don't live in Brazil. Or do I? I'm not telling you the real answer. At some point, I'll refer to myself as a name, but I'll use so many different ones that not a single one will be right. Or maybe one of them is. You'll never know. You idiot. Most commenters on YouTube are dumb. But that's because they're like 7, so their brains most likely aren't able to develop intelligent thoughts yet. I really like the polar bear, in case you can't tell. This is a 10-hour video, is what I was getting at before I, got sidetracked. ADHD be like, autism be like, when the. I could just start talking about it now, but I'd rather not, because sometimes I did this, I've only done this, twice, but I'll just have my videos, because I like to have, whenever I'm doing something, I really like having videos in the background, as background noise. A lot of the times when I'm doing something, I just really like to, on the side, put really long videos that, it just is background noise. It's not the main focus. I'm paying half attention to it. But it helps me. It kind of just helps me focus better, and especially if I'm grinding in a game, because I really hate grinding. I hate repetitive stuff so much. Part of why I hate school, because it just never changes, and it's also most of it isn't useful. It's the same crap all the time. But I really just hate grinding in video games, because it's just, you do so much of it, and it never changes, because that's how grind is. And I just don't like it, man. I just don't like it. So having something in the background helps me do it for slightly longer. Because, if I had the option to just never do grind ever again, and anything that I would have to grind for is just given to me, for free, I never have to grind for anything that I would have to, that would require me grinding to get at all, even if there's a possibility that if there's even a chance that in order to get this thing, if grinding would help, if there was something that would require grinding to get, whether it's an easy grind, the easiest grind, or the hardest grind ever, if I could have the ability to not have to grind for it, and something like that could just be given to me for free whenever I want it, at the cost of, not having sex, I'd do it. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I don't really like either of them. If I wanted to actually think about something that I genuinely, that means something to me that I give up in order for that to happen, I'd have to think about that for a bit. There's some stuff that are very important to me that I don't think I'd ever give up for anything. Oh, cool! It's Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, like the cupcake from Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh, Spare isn't very good against it. Well, let's just check the move. Okay, cool. So, see, Spare doesn't do anything to it. So if you can live this Bamboozle, I'll catch you. Granted, this thing is a lot higher levels, but Bamboozle has, mid-power? Cool. And I have a plain shell, which you probably kept on seeing that. But the plain shell boosts my first normal type move. So, this guy is specifically designed for catching stuff. check really quickly how long this. Oh, little haggin, little hag. Let me check how long has this video been going for. Okay, 50 minutes of 42-second accounting. Oh cool, I caught it. I caught Nans. I think I'll get 2 more cradles, and then check, check the box. And I'll do one more jolly game, and I'll end the video. I think that's a good idea. Because I do want to get some sleep, actually. Believe it or not, I don't sleep often when there isn't, like, something I have to do in the next morning. Even if that just requires me being nocturnal, but honestly, sometimes that's more interesting, or I just don't like sleeping. Like, sometimes sleeping is enjoyable, but sometimes I just would rather be awake and doing stuff. But, I mean, like, sometimes I don't have something to do, and I guess sleeping would help that. But whenever I feel like sleeping during those moments, it's not a better time to sleep. This is a problem I have, actually. Because, you know, like, I'm not sleeping enough sometimes. Or, not sleeping when I should. But then, like, when I want to sleep, it's because nothing's going on. But that's, like, the middle of the day. That's not a socially acceptable time to sleep. If I want to do stuff like that, I'm gonna have to wait till, like, I'm out of school, and then probably work a night shift job. Or maybe, if you're watching this, if this video gets seen by literally anybody, I think you should subscribe, because you found a small YouTuber, and currently I have, like, 5 subscribers. So one day I plan on having more, like, everybody on Earth is subscribed to me. That probably wouldn't be easy, considering I only speak English and don't plan on being able to speak every language, and including being able to communicate to people who are both blind and deaf. But that's a hurdle we'll cross when we get there. Eventually. Maybe. If my dreams come true. All I Want for Christmas Is You is a bad song. I hate it. I feel like if you were to play that for me, I'd physically... okay, that's not good. I'd actually... hearing that song physically makes me, like, not well. I either start having to use every power invested within me to not, like, go ape shit and just like break stuff, or I'm just feel pain. I'd rather not do either of those, mainly because going ape crap has consequences. If I break a bunch of stuff, I gotta either pay for it, or I can't use it anymore. And maybe I could fix it, but, like, that'd be hard. If you couldn't tell already, I'm not the biggest fan of doing stuff that takes effort. Part of it is because I'm lazy, and part of it is because of several issues with mental health. I don't have mental records, like, on paper, but in my head, yeah. These are all my gleams, by the way, as I was talking about earlier. Really cool. This entire line plus this one, there's a bunch of rare, like, you can't get that all the time. And plus this guy, these little blue mounds. It was Bob's Pond. It was a half PvPs. Alright, with that being said, I'm gonna really quickly heal Joel 2. I'm gonna name him at some point. I give him a special nickname. And then, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna end the video after this one. But yeah, if I can, but like I said before, I got sidetracked before, mental stuff. ADHD, autism spectrum, all that, all that. It's not the most fun stuff, honestly. But if I could make money from doing this, and not only that, but enough money to where I could have this as a job and be able to pay rent, and on top of being able to pay rent, your gift of. Okay, so that's the daily token. Okay, so either one of these is something good to aim for. I'll make a, yeah. Um. Uh, uh, Yeah, so to be able to make enough money for this, to be able to pay for everything I need and want at the same time. So, like, to be able to pay for rent and all the bills, and then be able to pay for my entertainment and, like, electricity, which is, still a bill. And then, like, food and the food I also want rather than the food I really need, also. Just to be able to pay for everything I need and want. To be able to do that, that's, like, please subscribe so I can do that. Because eventually, if I get enough subscribers and meet all the special requirements, I can make money off of this. I want to make money off of this. This is my dream job among, like, my other backup plan in case this just doesn't work out. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe, catch a tiger by its toe. If he hollers, let him go. My mom give me 20. Okay, I can't pick on time. Oh, it would have been negated, actually, anyway. The guy would have stole my stuff. This is better that I picked this one anyway. Daily boost token. Come back tomorrow. Alright. Oh, one last thing I gotta do, actually, before this video ends proper. Oh, let's go to Hogs, go to the main adventure. I'm gonna spin my wheel. Yeah. Please subscribe. I want to be able to. I only have so much time. I only have, like. I don't have that much time until. If I want to pay for stuff. I don't have that much time. To grow this channel until I genuinely need a job. Because I can't even get a job yet. But I don't have that much time until I can get one. And then after that, I'm gonna need one. So, if I can grow this channel to be a good enough payment before I even can get, like, the biggest job, like a proper one and all that, that'd be really nice. Because after that, it's just harder. I know part of it I need to just upload more, but, like, that's hard, man. Come on. How do I spend the mystery? Okay, cool. I got one. Okay, cool. Thanks a lot, man. Alright, be sure to return tomorrow. I probably will. Maybe. Alright, so with all that said, That's part of why I was recording my whole screen so you could see this little fella. But with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and please be sure to like and subscribe. Because like I said, I want to do this for a job. Please share, do everything to make everyone see this and everyone subscribe. But I think that's about it. So as always, bye bye.